Welcome once again to the TBX trading channel, and today we are going to be looking at our trading setup for the week. But before we jump right into that, if you are joining us for the first time, we'd like you to hit that like button and subscribe, and if you are not, we'd also like you to hit the like button. We'd really appreciate it. So before we jump into the setup for this week or for the next week, we're going to check out a preview of the trades that we took last week. That is, we're going to check out a preview of our setup for the last week, or for this, I think this should be this week. Next week start tomorrow. So I'm going to drop a screenshot on the screen, looking at a screenshot, some of the trades that we took before and after. So this is AUDCAD. I wasn't able to get the before and after of AUDCAD, as in when I took the screenshot, the price has already got into the take profit. But looking at EURCHF, this is the before. EURCHF, this is the after. EURGBP, this is the before. This is the after. Price hasn't gotten to the take profit yet, but it's still on the road. GBPJPY, this is before. GBPJPY, this is after. Crude oil, this is before, and crude oil, this is after. So this hasn't gotten to my, it's my take profit. I don't really think it's going to really take profit. I think I'll be closing this trade very soon. So these are the screenshots of from the trades. Although this is not all, but these are the trades I took from the setup that we made last week. So now we're going to be looking at this week's setup. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is AUDCAD. Now AUDCAD, what would I be expecting from AUDCAD for the next week? Let me delete this. So throughout next week, what I'll be expecting from AUDCAD is to either hit this zone and come back to this zone, or most likely get back to this zone, form a double tops, then sell back to this zone. That is what I'll be expecting from what I would really be expecting from AUDCAD is to get back into the zone, and I'll be looking for sell entries down to this zone. Because the way I'm looking at things, looking at a daily time frame, I think there's a possibility that AUDCAD might not break this zone. The AUDCAD might not, although this is still a downtrend. This is still a downtrend, but there's a possibility that AUDCAD might not break this zone. So I don't think I'll be looking for any sales going below this zone. So because this is still a downtrend, if I'll be taking any sales at all, I think I'll be waiting for price to get to this zone. Although some of you might look at this and call it a double tops, although this doesn't satisfy my reasons for a double tops, and some of you might be thinking of taking trading from something like selling here, that is selling at the retest of a double tops. I don't really see this as a double tops. It doesn't satisfy my reasons for a double tops, so I don't think I'll be selling this as a retest for a double tops down to this area. So if I'll be taking any trades on AUDCAD at all, it's either I'll be waiting for price to hit this zone. After seeing a nice entry reason, I'll be selling down to this zone, or most likely breaking the zone. After AUDCAD breaks the zone, then I'll be buying at the retest to this zone. Yeah. I think that was what I'll be expecting from AUDCAD next week. Right, let's look at AUDCHF. So AUDCHF, yeah, I think this is already pre-done. Let's look at the daily time frame first. Now AUDCHF is in a consolidation, or let's say it's ranging, and since it's ranging, I don't think I'll be looking for any long buys or any long sales. So what I'll just do is I'll just be looking for trades from this area to this area, or from this area down to this area, or I'll just wait for price to break this range, then I'll be looking for any trade. That is, if price breaks to the downside, then I'll be looking for sales down to this zone. So but I think I'm going to trade this range a little bit. That is, I'm going to buy low, sell high. I'll wait for price to get to this zone. Since price has got into this zone, I think I'll be looking for entry reasons up to this zone. Now there's one thing I like to do anytime I see a range in market. I like to do a little bit of back testing around that range itself. That is, for my possible entry reason. What I like to do is that I like to go back to the beginning of the range and look for what is the what pushes the market in that range, in that particular range. You might see some range that the market wouldn't, let's say price gets to this area. There are some ranges that when price gets to the support, it won't move up until you see double bottoms. When price gets to resistance, it won't move down until you see double tops. You have ranges like that. But like this one now, if you can see that this range, anytime price gets to the support, all you need is a green candle. After seeing a green candle, price gets back to the resistance, a red candle. This is a very dope entry reason. A red candle, price goes back to the support. A green candle, price goes back to the resistance. Even here, just a red candle. It didn't even engulf this candle. This red candle didn't even engulf this green candle. But after a red candle, price sold back to the support like that. So something like this. I think what I'll be waiting for here is just a green candle. That's a very aggressive entry. Although I'll be risking very little on this trade, but still a very aggressive entry. I think that's gonna be my entry for this trade. So I'll just be waiting for a green candle here. So once I see a green candle, I think I'll be buying back to this top here. There is no guarantee that I'm going to win this trade. In fact, it's actually very risky. That's the reason why I'll be very risky and very aggressive. So I'll be risking very little. I think like 0.5% of my account on this trade. But the fact is that that's how it has been for this range. As I said earlier, you might see some range that's for when price get to the support, you see double tops. When price get to the resistance, you see double bottoms like that. So this one is just a change in color of the candle. Anytime price hits the support and changes color, it moves back to resistance and like that. So let's look at the next chart for today, and this is AUDCAD. Sorry, CADCHF. Now CADCHF, if we look at it very well, CADCHF was in an uptrend. That is, price has been moving. Some of you might think that this is a range or a consolidation. It's actually not. If you look at it closely, you find that the price has been trending. Price moved up to this level, came down here to test, then broke right about here, then came down here, then broke the previous low. So the uptrend ended here. So I think I'll be looking for sales from this area down to this area. I don't know if you guys can see this. Price also formed an head and shoulders pattern, which is actually a very good entry, like a very good confluence to take this trade, to sell this trade. That is 1, 2, 3. That's the head and shoulders. Then price came down, so I'll be expecting a retest of the neckline of the head and shoulders there down to this area. So that's what I think CADCHF should do throughout next week. And then CHFJPY, yes, we talked about CHFJPY last week. So what would I be expecting from CHFJPY? Since CHFJPY is still selling, I will be looking for more sell trades. Now if you look at this closely, you find that CHFJPY was also trending just like CADCHF. Then there was a break in structure. Then here CHFJPY formed a double tops. So after it formed the double tops, it came back to hit this low, and now it is retesting the double tops. If I even look closely, you find that when it was retesting the double tops, it formed another double tops. Retesting the double tops, it formed another double tops. So I think I'll be looking for a sell trade in CHFJPY from here down to this area. So my stop loss is going to be 180R above this level or this level. So if you don't know anything about that, so I'm going to make a video. Just let us know in the comment section. I'm going to make a video on how to properly set stop loss. So my stop loss is going to be at least 180R above this level down to this level. So that's all for CHFJPY. Then our next is EURCHF. So okay, this was a trade that we took last week. This was also part of our last week's setup. So what I'll be expecting from EURCHF is for price to move up to this level. That's all. I think that's all I'll be looking for from this currency pair, something like this. So But before I'm going to enter this trade, I'm going to go down with time frame to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I'll be looking for a double bottoms. Now, is price giving me a double bottoms? Yes, this is a double bottoms. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I've seen a double bottoms. I'm not waiting for price to open, then I'll be waiting for the right time to enter this trade up to this level right about here. So let's look at EURGBP. EURGBP. Okay, I have no trades on this. I just wanted to show you guys. EURGBP was one of the analyses that we predicted last week, and although I didn't enter this trade due to some reasons, but it actually ended up hitting our predicted take profit. So EURJPY, I think I'll be looking for trades on EURJPY, just like EUR, CHF and CHFJPY. This is still a downtrend. Let me move to the 4 hour time frame. This is still a downtrend. So I'm waiting for price to test this zone, this area here. And if price doesn't test this area before selling, I'll be entering the trade with my shallow pullback strategy. You know, I told you guys earlier in one of our videos about that we have 3 different kind of pullback, which is the shallow pullback, the medium pullback, and the deep pullback, and the 3 of them have the 3 different strategies. So if you want us to make a video about that, just let us know in the comment section. So I think if price doesn't get to this zone before selling, I'll be entering this trade. I might be entering this trade with my shallow pullback strategy. So the next thing we're going to be looking at is GBPJPY. This is also another trade that we took last week. That's also part of our last week's setup. As you can see, it hit the take profit. So I'll be waiting for price. From price is for price to hit this zone, then sell to this zone. So if possible, yeah, I think that's what I'll be waiting for. I'll just move down to the 1 hour time frame, wait for price to get to this zone, give me double tops or any other entry reasons, then I'll be selling down to this zone. And if possible, I can also move the trade down to this zone, probably my second or third take profit. So we're going to be looking at GBPUSD, and I think GBPUSD is almost the same thing. 1, 2, 3. This is if you notice, GBPJPY and GBPUSD, they have this kind of similarity. This is 1, 2, 3. Now let me explain what it means. Now when a price is moving, let's say an uptrend, how do you know that the price has ended the uptrend? We need a break of structure. And how can you confirm the break of structure? You know, price could get to this zone, right? This is a break of structure, but the fact that this could be a false breakout. So the price could get to this, could break this structure and still continue going up. So how do we confirm that this is actually a break of structure? So we are going to wait on something we call the 1, 2, 3 trend reversal move. The 1, 2, 3 trend reversal move. So that is, the first move is going to be a momentum move, which is actually going to break the low. This is for an uptrend reversing to a downtrend, which is going to break the low of the previous high. I hope that makes sense. Which is going to break the low of the previous high. Then wait for the second move, which should retest the low of the previous high. That is, there will be a creation of a new lower high. Then the third move, which is going to break the low of the new high. That is this low. So this is 1, 2, 3. So we are going to make a video about this later on, but I just want to make sure you guys understand it a little bit, because I've done like three of the setups we've had used this same pattern. So I just want you guys to understand it. So once something like this has happened, now we already have a confirmation that this is a reversal. Okay, that this trend is changing. So the next thing we're going to be waiting for is for price to get back to test this zone, don't be looking for possible sales. So if you flip this thing the other way around, the same thing goes for a downtrend reversing to an uptrend. So but we're going to make a video about this later on, but not today. So let's look at GBPUSD. GBPUSD, just like we said, if you look closely, we'll find out that, sorry, that's too close. You'll find out that we have your first move, 1. Now what did this first move do? This first move broke the low of the previous high. This is the previous high, and this is the low of the previous high. So this first move broke the low of the previous high, creating a new lower high. That's the second move, to test the low of the previous high. Then that's the second move. Second move tests the low of the previous high. Then the third move breaks the low of the new high. This is the new high. This is the low created by the new high. And the third move breaks the low of the new high. So once the third move breaks the low of the new high, then the next thing we are going to be looking at, then this confirms that this trend, that this uptrend is over. Then we should be waiting for a reversal to a downtrend. Same thing works for a downtrend reversing to an uptrend, but as the case may be, GBPUSD is reversing from an uptrend to a downtrend. So once you've seen something like this, the next thing we are going to be looking for is for price to test the new low. That is the new lower. This is an high, lower high, lower low. So the low of the previous, of the new high. I hope this what I'm saying actually makes sense. This is the low of the new high. This is the low of the previous high, and this is the new high. This is the previous high. Now this is the new low. We're going to talk about this in another video, and I really hope you guys are trying to. And I really hope you guys get what I'm trying to say here. So, but if you understand, you find out that since price has broken the low of the new high, that is creating a new lower low, then price is going to be in the downtrend has been confirmed, and we should be looking for only sell trades. So since we are looking for only sell trades, the only place we can get sell trades, we can't sell from here to this zone. That would be very, very bad. So the only thing we're going to be looking for now, we have some, when I just started trading, then there's sometimes I place trades, and at the moment I place those trades, maybe I just bought. The moment I bought a certain currency pair, or a certain amount of a currency pair, then I'll just find that the moment I bought that amount of a currency pair, then the price moves against me, or the moment I sold, price moves against me. So it was time I thought that the brokers are watching me, and they are waiting for the exact moment I place the trade before they move the market against me. But the problem was that what I did then was I was never patient. I would see a trade like this. Yes, I was very, very sure that this price is going to move to the zone, but I wouldn't wait for price to move to retest this 1, 2, 3 move before selling. Instead, I would sell from this zone straight, and the moment I'm selling, the price will retest. So that's the mistake that many traders make. So the best thing to do is to wait for price to retest to this zone, then you wait for your entry reason, then you sell to this zone. Then the next thing we're going to be looking at is New Zealand JPY, New Zealand yen. As you can see, price is approaching this zone, and I don't know if you checked out our previous video. We talked about support and resistance, and we said one thing about support and resistance: it has to be a zone that has been tested recently and frequently. So this zone has been tested recently and frequently, not recently but frequently. Now as price approaches this zone, the only thing I'll be looking for is for price to do just 2 things. Now most likely I'll be expecting price to get to this zone, give me a nice entry reason, then move back to somewhere around here. This is what I would most likely be expecting. But since the price is unpredictable, since the market is unpredictable, and we should be prepared for every single thing that the market can do, then in case the market breaks this zone, we're waiting for a retest to sell. So let's look at I think that's all for the currency pairs. Now let's look at DXY dollar index. Now DXY is in an uptrend. How do I know it's in an uptrend? You could say price just broke this range. So how would I be saying that price is an uptrend? If you look closely, you find out that DXY did something. This is a 1 move, 2, then 3. Then this is the retracement, just like we've said, a 1, 2, 3 reversal move. Now you could look at this and find and be like, this is a double tops. But if you zoom right, like if you zoom in, you find out that this candle actually broke this high. So this is actually a new high, and since it broke it, to me, as long as since it broke it, it's in an uptrend to me. So I'll be looking for buy trades from here. I think I'll be looking for buy trades from here. Oh, my stop loss will be 180 or below. Here we are going to make a video on 180 later on. I might take profit to be somewhere around here. Then the last thing we're going to be looking at is, I think, crude oil. Actually, we have no trade on crude oil. I just want to show you guys something. In the last video, I said something about holding crude oil for a very long time, and I will only close the trade if I see a and I will only close the trade if I see a sign of reversal. Now, since crude oil is in a very strong support, and it's testing the support in the daily time frame, it actually looks nice. I don't think I'll be closing this trade because I just started. Like, the only reason why I will not be closing this trade is because I just opened the trade. It's not as if, let's say I've opened it for like 2, 3, 4 weeks, then I'm now seeing something like this, because this is a double tops around a major resistance, and double tops have actually moved, and this is a retest of the double tops, which is actually breaking structure here. It broke this structure, it broke this structure. So this is a sign for a downtrend. Now, if not because I've bought this already, I would have been looking for sales here. But I don't like to buy and sell on the same currency pair, or on the same asset, sorry. So what I'll just do is I'll just waiting for price to do whatever it wants to do right now. Now this is just 2 ticks. Price hasn't moved at all, so price could still continue moving up, but most likely I'm expecting the price to hit my stop loss and move down. So if that happens, if my stop loss doesn't hit, and I'll be waiting for price to do something like this and this. So once I get this, you know, I said something about 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I've only seen 1 and 2. There is no confirmation for a reversal yet. I hope you guys are getting it. I've only seen 1 and 2. This is 1, 2. There's no confirmation for a reversal yet. Yes, as price broken structure, yes, it has broken structure, but it hasn't given me a confirmation that this is going to reverse. So until I see something like this 3, once I see the third momentum move, then I'll be expecting, then I'll be looking for sales. That's the reason why I can't close this trade. So once I see something like this, I'll wait for price to retest this zone, then I'll be looking for sales to probably any zone. I think I'll be looking for sales to. So I hope you guys gained something from this video, and if you did, please, I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.